don't think
Dan's got blood pressure problems. He needs to chill. 1 of 15.
It's one of 15. Yeah. Top quality.
Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you had a nice bank holiday. So this week's going to be a little different. We are going to be releasing 2 videos, but make sure you check out our new Instagram so you'll be updated through it all. We've been very busy this week, so that's why Ilda's not here. And this week there won't be any me and Ilda, but you are in very capable hands because Josh and Russell did sit down to talk about the customization of watches. There was a really cool article that we saw. So let's take a look.
Yeah, right, Josh. You're giving me gloves, my friend. We're in a special room, one of the meeting rooms. What we got here?
Cool. This is a special watch, and I wanted it as a conversation piece for customized Rolexes.
Ooh.
So Rolex have recently just come
controversial.
Out. Yeah, very controversial. But is that fair for the buyers? Should you be able to customize a watch? Rolex say no, don't touch our stuff, and obviously other people do. The compromise seems to be that Rolex have conceded if it's a one of a kind, then you can do it. So if you're a company who provide the watch, and then you can ask for what you want.
Okay.
So that, I think that's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's your watch. You should be able to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And yes, it voids the warranty, but the customer knows the risk.
Yeah.
But no more mass produced. So this one, it's a limited edition
by Artisan de Geneva.
Yeah, who are I think the big boy at the moment.
They're the big boys.
They're the ones
do
who
this
are
sort of stuff.
Purportedly.
This is modding.
Yeah.
At a high grade.
The question is, are Rolex jealous by what finish?
By what they've made. So Josh, so this is a watch based on a 6240?
Yeah, originally, yeah.
Originally.
So
a watch that came out in the 70s.
So they've recreated it. So
they've recreated it from what? What have they recreated it from?
So this is the pre-ceramic.
This is a pre-ceramic Daytona that they've basically made look older than what it is.
Yeah, and then you see they completely reworked it. They've got rid of the crown guards. They've got the vintage style pushers, and then the dial.
The dial's been completely changed to start with. I can see a Bakelite type bezel. This is no longer
the steel.
It's no longer the steel bezel.
That vintage style crystal.
The crystals there, fantastic. The sub dials look phenomenal. Has that been aged in any way? What have they done?
Apparently, it's a 5-week process to get the natural patina, the tropical dial.
Okay, so they've sped up some sort of patina to give a tropical dial, sub dial look.
Yeah.
Definitely looks. If I was to say and see it, I would say definitely 70 straight away. So they've smashed it. What I did see just then, you showed me, was a sapphire case back. You don't see that usually with Daytonas. So
is this why Rolex introduced it last year, do you think? Ooh. Do you think this is the inspiration? Because it looks so good.
So we've got a signature rotor to Artisan de Geneva.
Yeah, so they've added the gold rotor.
So back in the 70s, was this an automatic watch?
No, definitely not. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
So I guess you're getting a modern movement.
But with that vintage look. Yeah, this is limited edition.
So this is limited to 15 pieces. Yeah. And what Rolex is saying is you should have only made one.
Yeah. And I guess you can make more than one you can't mass produce it. So you can't do a run of 15.
Okay.
But if 15 people ask you to make this individually, if they just came up with the same idea, I guess that's okay.
So we got to understand that this is judging by the special box and by the workmanship on this is not a cheap watch, and the actual 6240 would not have been cheap.
No.
So what's the sort of price on something like this?
So firstly, if it was a genuine vintage Rolex with the tropical dial,
In perfect condition.
yeah, you're looking over 100 grand.
Yeah.
So when you're told this is a modern Rolex with that great look for 75 grand,
75 grand.
yeah, it's actually a bargain because yeah, it's a hell of a watch.
It's one of 15. The craftsmanship is pretty damn special.
Don't read out that, but yeah. Wow, one of the last ones.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I do like the
sandblasters.
I do like the sandblast on the mid links and the case back and the bracelet. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a very special watch. It's just that fine line of, you're not going to find a 6240 out in the wild that looks that pristine. It is actually a Rolex.
Yeah.
It's just been changed by someone other than Rolex.
Yeah.
But it's still a very special watch.
So how about this? I don't love reissues. I like vintage.
Yeah.
But you like a modern version of a
I like
classic.
a modern reissue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you get all the benefits of a modern watch.
And
but
this is in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not official Rolex, does that bother you? But it's just so rare, the fact that there's only 15.
Yeah.
You're never going to see another one of these. If you walk in a room with this, you're the winner.
Yeah. 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 It is a very stunning watch. There's no doubt about that. Very cool. I think for me, because I've handled old Daytonas, they don't feel like this.
No, they don't. Yeah, that's solid. Yeah.
They don't feel like this. They feel very fragile, almost to the point where I want to put them on a plinth and put them behind glass. Whereas this gives you that modern rough and tumble feel that it's going to survive pretty much everything. I don't know where I stand on it. I think it's a beautiful piece. You can see the artistry on it. It is magnificent. It looks like a reissue done by a brand, but it's not. It's not the company. I don't know.
I'm okay with it. I appreciate
okay.
the craftsmanship.
I appreciate the craftsmanship. Yeah. I think I agree with Rolex in a sense that you buy a watch, you give it to a customization company, and they do it how you want. Yeah. That's your right. When you buy a watch, it's just when a company sells maybe more than one, it may seem like you're, I don't know, it may seem a bit more dodge, but not dodge, but it seems like it's something that they might do another 15 of or something, But they are masters, there's no doubt about it.
Now let me show you, I've got another watch for you.
Another one, eh?
Yeah. Different end of the market, still pretty special.
Cut. Here we go.
Let's put this
So
down
this
very
is
carefully.
another one. Now, from my understanding, Josh, mines like a bit of shadow.
Yep.
They like a bit of blacked out stuff. Oh yeah, here we go. There we go. So yeah, this looks like a modern day Submariner that has been PVD coated, positive vapor disposition.
Very good.
Or deposition, I don't know. It's not deposition, but it's something like that. It's very cool. Once again, once you've bought a Submariner, you can do what you want with it.
Yeah. And these were really popular, the Hunter ones.
Yes, yes. It's a very special. The only thing with PVD coating, as you can see on the case back, it does wear away a little bit. But the watch itself is gorgeous. I really do like the indices, how they're sunken in. I imagine there's no loom.
So on the hands there is.
Oh, right, okay.
But it's shining through. So this is with a UV torch.
Okay.
So I think they've obviously dipped them or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the indices, nothing.
But the operation of the watch is exactly the same. There's no change to that. Again, it's just not something that Rolex has ever done. And
the question is, should this be allowed? Is it okay?
Should it be allowed?
Yeah. And I say, yeah. People can do what they want.
Josh says people can do what they want.
I give you permission.
Yeah, I just, you wouldn't want this on a website and them selling 20, 30 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know?
I guess if it's going to affect, it sounds funny, affect Rolex's sales figures.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll probably be okay. But I understand why they want to protect that.
Yeah.
But in a world when every other guy has a Rolex,
Exactly.
Like that, if all your friends have the same watch,
That's the whole reason
different.
why these companies are about, you know? Very cool. It's like the shadow of a Submariner, just put behind a sub. But yeah, very cool. I think it's a watch. These are watches for someone that owns a couple
it's not
of
first watch.
Rolex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They own Rolex watches, and now they've got a Submariner. They've got something else. Now they want something that
unique to them.
Yeah, unique to them. And I think
So actually,
in a collection,
if it's changing to you have to request a custom watch, that's even better. So if everyone has a slightly different take, they might want a splash of colour or something on the dial.
you might want a tinted sapphire glass, just something like that. But yeah, I'm all for customization when you've bought the watch. It's just how a company goes about selling that to you, you know. But it's very cool.
Also,
how much is this? Do we know how much this is?
17.
So this is 17,000.
Yeah, it's special.
It's a special.
price.
It's special.
But rare. I've never seen another one.
No, I've never seen another one.
Yeah, lovely.
Rare.
If anyone would like more information on those two watches, you can pop down to our HQ in Radlett, give us a call, check this stuff out on the website.
We've got it covered.
Yeah. So Russ, when you come down, we obviously, get our questions from Instagram.
Yeah. Have they been vetted?
No.
Okay.
We'll vet as we go.
Trouble. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Don't worry. Everyone loves you.
Okay.
Okay. So the first question: thoughts on the Seiko Landmaster 30th anniversary?
The Landmaster, very nice. Came out in 1993, the original, I think. Very nice looking watch. I think it's sold out now. I think it was a limited edition. I don't think they had too many. There's a beautiful blue dial from what I remember. Great big bezel, using the 8L35 movement, so a nice smooth sweep. It was quite expensive. It's over £2,000, I think.
Oh wow!
I think it's quite a lot of money. But they put a lot of emphasis on the 8L movements. It's almost Grand Seiko, but without the decoration. But it's a gorgeous watch.
So they're doing more of these limited run special editions.
Yeah, Seiko tend to do a lot of these, especially when there's birthdays, when there's anniversaries. They tend to do limited runs of the watches. But listen, if you don't want it, don't buy it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful watch,
yeah.
and there's enough people that have bought it. They're sold out, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous watch.
So Richard Williamson, ...
Hi, buddy.
Might have been a longer name. Asked, why don't Casio make automatic watches? And if they did, do you not think they'd absolutely smash the competition?
Wow, that's a good question. I think they know where their market is. They're a big old Japanese brand, and I would have thought they've got some sort of agreement with Seiko and the Edison Group.
So they'll stick to their lane.
I think they'll stick in their. I think they'll stay in their lane. They're known for these digital watches. I think it's too late for them to do an automatic watch in my mind. But never say never.
Size H Cards asks, Goldsmith UK give you a £400 voucher. What are you buying?
A £400 voucher in Goldsmiths. I'm pretty sure they sell G-Shocks. So it would probably be some sort of G-Shock Square. For £400, you could probably get the B5000, which is the full metal square. Probably go for something like that, mate. Yeah.
Good choice. Extra Watches asks, what is the one watch you want but will likely never own?
That's a great question. I would say, we were talking about this morning, Speedmaster.
Yeah.
I really do like the Speedmaster. I still don't understand to this day why I don't own one. The only reason I feel is that maybe because it's not massively watertight.
Yeah.
And I'm quite a casual, sporty guy, and I like wearing watches no matter what the weather is, just in case. I know it's splash proof, but in my head. The other thing is, when you're a watch enthusiast, it's a watch that you're expected to own.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, I'd rather go Doxa, than Speedy. You know what I mean? But one day I will own it, maybe. But at the minute, I don't want to own it because I'm supposed to own it.
Yeah.
In my head,
I find you're never given the chance to miss it. It's in all the shops.
Yes.
People own it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Have you seen the white dial one?
I have seen the white dial one, and it is very snazzy. But there's only one for me. The old Hesterlite Moonwatch.
Yeah. Okay, Luke Jones, 1969. Yeah, friend of yours?
No,
Okay.
just
You just like him.
Right, Luke.
Good, Luke. All right. Hi, Russ. Do you own any SKXs, and which is your favourite, J1 or K1?
Wow.
Please explain to me what a J1 or K1
Well,
is.
yeah, it's a little myth.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so K1 means a Seiko that was made for the Western market or outside Japan, and J1 means it was for the Japanese market only.
Different date windows, maybe?
Well, no, there's a myth that all the best parts were kept for Japan,
Domestically,
for the
right,
Japan
okay.
domestically, and in terms of movements and things like that. But I've had Japanese domestic SKXs in my hands, and I've owned K1s. So I've owned the SKX 009 and the 013, and honestly, there's no difference.
Okay.
There's no difference. It's a myth. It feels good to own a Japanese domestic model, but it's just a number.
Yeah, fine. I like the 13? The slightly smaller one?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one that I still own. I love that one.
Yeah, very nice.
That's cool.
Time London Watches.
Oh, here we go.
What date is Time London?
Time London, it is etched in my brain, and that is the 15th and 16th of June.
Very good. Well, right. Can't wait.
Yeah, I was forced to remember that.
Okay.
From D.
Yeah.
But
God forbid
yeah,
you should forget.
exactly. 15th, 16th of June. It's going to be a phenomenal show.
Our mate Gav, who couldn't be here today, asked, why wouldn't you wear a moon swatch?
Why won't I wear a Moonswatch?
Yeah, why?
Well,
He takes it personally.
yeah, he does take. Well, if ever I want to wear one, he's got about 40.
Yeah,
in all
true.
different colours and stuff. I don't know. I just didn't. I never bought into this moon swatch thing. I've handled a couple, and after handling them, I'm quite glad I never got on. I just don't. They're so light. There's none of the hands that I've ever seen on one of these watches are straight. They're all a little bit misaligned. I've heard stories of the strap breaking, pushers coming off, and all this sort of stuff. I think it's a massive milking machine.
It's not a tool watch, it's a toy watch.
It's a toy watch.
Yeah.
Definitely. I definitely do feel that. But for what's it? It's well over £200. It's not cheap. I still don't think it's cheap. If they took £100 off, at the end of the day, it's what is it? A 600% markup or something like that.
It's a design premium.
It's a design premium.
Yeah, you're paying for the look.
I mean, Gav has told me that the moon swatch has been fantastic to Omega, and I just don't know. I still don't really get it. Really, they're fun. Treat them as fun, but you wear them once and you've battered them already. So yeah, I'm sure I'll get one at one stage.
Yeah.
So a car boot sale or something.
Artisan Curation.
Artisan Curation. Snazzy name.
Yeah, posh people.
Yeah.
If you could spend an hour with one person, dead or alive, from history, who would it be?
Oh my God.
I know, that's a big question.
Dead or alive? Well, I come from quite a music background, being in bands and stuff. My inspiration was boringly the Beatles. It would probably be in a room with Mr. McCartney, Sir Paul, just chatting about.
Is he dead?
He's not dead.
A few. Okay.
Dead or alive? Said dead or alive.
Okay, I'm worried then.
Yeah. Probably with him, and maybe it wouldn't even be a chat. It would be I'd have a guitar, he'd have a guitar, and we'd come up with some sort of song. I'd secretly record it in my pocket, and then, you know, have something quite special to sell.
My auntie met him. I think they paid a lot of money to do one of these meet and greets.
Really?
And it was so unfriendly.
See, that's what I'm scared about.
Don't meet your heroes.
I know, I know.
If you brought them back from the dead, you might be happy.
Exactly, yeah. Don't meet your heroes. Don't buy a moon swatch. I mean, don't... yeah, you're right. So it probably wouldn't be then. Artisan Curation, once again, wants to know...
Is there any new releases from Rolex that could tempt you at all?
That's a good one, isn't it? I do love the Le Mans Daytona. I think that is a very special watch. If it was given to me...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Crikey. I'd take anyone, really.
What about a fantasy one? Something that's completely new.
A fantasy one, it would be a smaller no-date sub with a aluminium bezel. Or, if it's Cerachrome, matte.
Yeah.
Matte Cerachrome with, just a 40, like the old days. Like the old 14060s.
Yep.
Beautiful. You know, or just like 2 lines on the dial, that sort of stuff. I'd take that.
Yeah.
What about you?
What would I want? Well, I love Rolex. I really do. I want a vintage GMT. So if they
made new.
Yeah, with a tiny, thin little case.
A very thin. Yeah. So that would probably be an office GMT complication and not a traveller's one. I'd be happy with that as well.
So people always use those two terms. Just explain, because we can make a show out of it. So go on, what's the difference between the two types of GMT?
Well, an office GMT, you can independently move the your home time, which is good for when you're going on holiday and going to one destination. And then you can keep the GMT hand for wherever you've come from. With the, they call it a true GMT, is when you can independently move the GMT hand. So you could be in Spain one day, Geneva the next day in Switzerland, and you quickly change in that GMT hand all the time. I personally think the office GMT is more practical than a true GMT.
That's what
because a true GMT as well, you can't quick set the date. So you've got to go round twice around the dial to change the date. That annoys me. What about you?
I want to be able to have my home time shown. I love that idea. And then the other hand I can do to my local time. Well, thank you very much, Russell.
Always a pleasure.
And thanks everyone for sending in your questions. Please follow our new Instagram account and look out for when we next have Russ in.
I'm not pointing at the table. Description below.
Yeah. Check out the info.
Wow, I mean, that Artisan really is a piece. And 1 of 15, if you're a collector, you definitely need to get one. Personally, I'm glad that they're not stopping the production, because every time we get one in, each one is different, and I love them. Honestly, they're one of my favourite pieces that get customised, but we don't get them in that often, unfortunately. But, Josh, I do know that you and Russell have been looking at collector's items. And should we have a look?
Yes, please. So, obviously, last week we were off because of the bank holiday. But the week before that, I'd like to think, a really interesting chat about the Pro Prof. And I just thought I'd show you some watches and we could just chat about them.
Yeah.
Fine. So the first thing.
What we got? Ooh, yeah. The old 50th anniversary of Apollo 13.
Yeah.
This one. Beautiful.
Almost went pear-shaped, but thanks to a Speedmaster.
Thanks to a Speedmaster, which was useful in timing burns to get to back to Earth.
And the hundreds of people at NASA who worked out all the other
they
difficult
exactly
stuff.
They had to. It was something about oxygen.
Yeah. But Omega's really saved the day.
These were what saved the day. This not this specific one, but very what's that, current.
Yeah.
Seeing as though we do have a new moon swatch that is this Snoopy white one.
And the tease of the black one.
The tease of the dark side of the moon. Yeah, that'll be coming soon. This is a really nice, for anyone that likes their Speedmasters, if you're a Speedmaster collector, this is a beautiful watch.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So much detail in the dial, in the blue,
Loads of detail. I love the colour of the blue as well. This blue reminds me of my Tudor Black Bay 58 blue. It's that grey, dull blue that I really do like. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. And of course, you've got the pièce de résistance at the back, which is the, I think it's Snoopy that goes round. He goes round. Does he go round the moon once every minute?
You can give it a wind if you want.
I will give it a wind. Let's have a look. Snoopy, where are you? I want to see you. Snoop. So yeah, I'm just winding it round. Obviously, B-roll will show this right away. Oh, there he is, look, Josh.
Yep.
There he is.
Little capsule.
Dun, 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 in the capsule. Look at that.
Very cool.
It is cool, isn't it? You know, and I like how the Earth is spinning as well. It is cool. It is wicked. It's a very special watch. This one. I don't like gimmicks of an icon usually, but this is a pretty special watch, and yeah, I'll take this one over the Moon Swatch. What about you?
Do I want a cartoon character on my watch? I do love it, but I don't know if I want it in my collection.
Fair enough. But it's amazing that BQ have one of these in stock right now. Get on the website.
Next one. Very relevant. Everyone's talking about the sister of this watch.
Yes, so the old Black Bay Chrono, a watch that I think I did review for, I think it was for BQ, but yeah, I do.
We know you have other friends. It's okay.
Yeah. I do really like the watch. It is huge, but you know, my wrist is tiny, and there are many wrists that can pull it off. I really like the bicompax subdials. It's probably my favourite looking chronograph to have a bicompax look to it, in my view. And this is quite relevant because they've just brought out a sort of new one, haven't they?
Yeah.
Same. It's very strange that they picked the colour that they picked. Obviously, it's relevant to something that we know about, but to put it on the chunkiest watch in the Tudor lineup is quite surprising to me.
But with the new pink, they've changed to the Jubilee.
They've changed
the 5-link
to a 5-link bracelet, which
that softens it. Maybe
it softens it, but it also tells you that maybe might be what coming for Watches and Wonders.
Yeah,
their chronographs might be on this 5-link bracelet. So it's to do with Inter Miami.
Okay.
So it's the strip of Inter Miami, and
what's that got to do with?
Well, David Beckham. This is how it all sort of blends in. He is a massive Tudor ambassador, and yeah, they've made the dial pink. Right there, the picture's right there. Put it right there, Dan. Right there, yeah. But yeah, it's a very cool vintage looking watch. I really like it. It's just thick.
We saw that Tiger Woods one. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's thick.
Yeah.
So when you have a chronograph, a date, automatic, I guess it just all stacks.
It all adds up.
Yeah.
The modules just all adds up.
That's why.
I think isn't it the B01? I think it's the Breitling movement that they use.
Oh yeah, they're notoriously big.
In the Tudor, and then Breitling use their MT504 from the Black Bay 58 in their 3-handers. It wouldn't surprise me this year, people, if Tudor come up with their own in-house chronograph movement.
Oh wow.
I think, and if they do, hopefully it'll be slimmer than that.
So will Breitling become as well known as Zenith then? For supplying movements.
Well,
because Zenith haven't done badly.
No. They're sort of I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine sort of thing going on. But it wouldn't surprise me. I think for Tudor, Josh, it's all about metas.
Yeah.
And I think eventually there'll be a whole line of metas certified Tudor watches. That's where they're going.
That's so interesting. I guess it knocks Rolex off their top spot because they're the ones that came up with it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Omega.
Yeah, Omega. That's they're gonna. I think that's their.
It disarms them because that's their big brag.
That is their big brag. Yeah.
But I'm not overly impressed with something super anti-magnetic. I don't understand why that's a high level of technology.
Well, I think COSC certified is a measured movement outside of the case.
Yeah.
And metas is measured whilst inside the case. as well as anti-magnetic and everything else. But I think it's just that little bit better, isn't it, Metas?
That's what they want you to believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just marketing. I'm quite cynical about it.
Yeah.
Really cynical.
Yeah.
Sorry. Fine. Right. Our next watch is. Should we do the story?
Let's do the
We'll make
story
a-
because I do love a story with a watch. Let's go.
So before we introduce what I think is the
Ultimate
grail for most people, for a lot of people.
for a lot of people.
Yeah. So let's start with this beauty. So this is the civilian version.
Ooh,
Yep.
wow.
But still, that design.
Look at this, the Seamaster 300.
So when the British military got their hands on that, they were like, "Yeah, we like that. We like
that.
everything about that."
We like that, please. This is my type of watch.
Yeah.
This is absolutely gorgeous. I don't think I need anything else other than this, mate. This is just a phenomenal looking tool watch. I honestly don't need anything more than this. The case is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The sort of eagle beaked lugs with that Lyra style, the look, the big chunky crown, asymmetrical case. It's absolutely stunning.
And it's like a carbon copy of that defence standard we were looking at before.
Exactly.
So the military set out their specifications.
They set out the specifications and then Omega basically copied it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this is what other people don't realise about CWC because they think, oh, you just copied Omega.
No, they just
But they didn't.
Yeah.
It was MOD. It was an MOD specification. It was their almost their draw up, and that's what it is. But yeah, if ever I ever get a Seamaster,
be this one. Yeah.
it would be this one, and it is
There's lots of
absolutely.
tiny little differences you can get. There's a few different models and
Yeah.
with date, without date.
I know there's some with no date.
You can get interesting ones. They do reissues and new old stock rebuilds.
Really,
But there's nothing as good as one of these original ones.
they have to bring this out again because the ones that they brought out, a 57 Seamaster 300, and I just didn't like it. In actual fact, the ratcheting on this bezel is better than than all new Seamasters in general for me. And it is absolutely phenomenal. What a watch that is, Josh. To even handle, let alone have to look at and to take pictures of. Sweet.
So now let's go to the next step. So obviously,
There's another one?
yep. So early 70s, this was the dive watch.
Yeah.
And then, well, before that, they had the Submariners.
Yeah.
This came out, and then the Navy said to Rolex, "Give us the sword hands."
Give us some sword hands,
Yeah.
mate.
And then this came out.
The meal sub.
Yeah,
Look at this.
just beautiful.
This is, I think, it's just a very, very special Rolex.
I've only ever seen two.
Only
What's in the
two?
shop? Yeah.
It is absolutely. I think we spoke to James about how they solder in the spring bars, which is crazy because it's
Yeah,
basically
they're
a
not
rod they chuck in and then solder it in.
It's got all the markings on the back.
Yeah, it is truly a special watch, and
But that was a tool. That was not a
proper tool,
a personal item.
This is what these are, though. You know, this is what I love about horology through time. You know, I just love when a watch was used for its what it was used for, and not just an accessory. This was not designed to look good with a pair of jeans at the time.
Yeah.
But it does now, though, mate, doesn't it? Eh?
Yeah.
Especially with the Bond style, NATO style strap. And for me, the crown is perfectly sized. I love the small crown guards. It's 5513. Loveliness.
Yep.
Magnificent.
Cool. And the good thing about this, so what would happen, they'd give them back at the end of each mission.
Yeah.
And when they needed servicing, they'd take a batch of them to the Royal Observatory.
Oh, really?
Yep. So that's who used to take care of watches and things.
Wow.
I believe, anyway.
So they only kept them for a mission?
Yeah. And they'd be,
Wow.
yeah, these
crazy.
were not personal watches. These were not assigned
No.
to a diver.
Wow.
Yeah. They were just kept with all the other dive equipment.
Crikey.
And when it needs...
They knew how expensive it was back in the day.
Well, yeah. Well, there's a good story when one of the divers lost them,
Yeah.
and he had to pay £20.
No.
Yeah, that's how much it was back
Wow.
in the day. This one's from 1974, so quite an early 5513.
Yeah, yeah.
But the case...
Proper live and let die time, that is. That's phenomenal.
And the case back serial number matches the watch itself. Because often they take them all back and service them all at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
So you just have a massive case backs, and they wouldn't always put the same ones back.
Wow. So
the fact that it matches.
So it all matches. The dial is magnificent. The hands are magnificent. What's the sort of price on one of these?
So this one...
This actual, what? If I was to put my hand in my pocket...
Fine. So just remember, before I tell you, so if it was a normal 5513, I don't know, 20 grand or 50,
20 grand.
Maybe more if it's really special. So I think 1,200 were issued.
Yeah.
About 200 we know to survive. Because a lot were bought and they were stripped and made...
Redialed and everything, rebezeled.
So super rare.
Yeah.
So £175,000.
£175,000.
That's a bargain. Yeah, for something so collectible. Yeah, it's in fantastic condition.
I mean, it is in absolutely phenomenal condition. £175,000. Little did they know that dude, those people that were giving them back after services.
Yeah. Well, people used to buy them in buckets.
Oh my God.
Yeah, buy the bucket for nothing.
Oh my God. And you know, the bezel don't even click.
No,
Josh. You know, I mean, it's not even great for divers. Let's.
So how they used to use it is it would be on a dive board, I believe, and that would have a compass and some other bits you need. So I guess the chance of them knocking it and rubbing it aren't as great.
Okay, because I'm saying, you know, you put this to the minute hand and you knock it on a bit of coral or something.
Then you start suffocating. When
you say, hang on, it told me I had 15 minutes. But yeah, that's what I love about the Omega, because in the 60s, 70s, it still had a ratchet to it, you know. Why couldn't Rolex put a ratchet on their subs?
I think it was down to patents. I think...
but why
can they get one?
Did they...
But still, it goes both ways. I think it was Blancpain that had the first locking bezel.
Unidirectional.
I could be wrong about that.
But it makes sense.
Yeah, so it was a long time until they were allowed.
£170,000.
Yeah, supply and demand though. There's none of them around. Yeah. I mean, I completely get it. I can see that, and I can justify that.
It was like a set of workman's boots. Back in the day. But it is absolutely stunning. What a watch and what a find. So, Josh, I take it these are all on the website to buy right now?
Yep.
Oh my God, phenomenal. What an eclectic variety just those four.
Just box,
It's amazing what BQ has. Superb. Make sure you check on the website for more details of these watches, and look out for weeks to come, because if this is what we've got,
this is
now,
all of our stuff,
what have we got in a couple of weeks' time, eh?
Wow, what a great range of collector's watches we have here at BQ. If you've got any questions regarding any of them, please feel free to give us a call, and make sure to keep your eye on our YouTube channel for a new video dropping this week. And make sure you like, comment and subscribe. And that's it for now. Bye guys.